Okay, we're back. Let's read a little bit more of Genesis chapter 50. But I was going to see if I can play a little Ron Wyatt's testimony about discovering God's treasure and revealing it to the world. I think he has a incredibly powerful message for those that haven't heard, and he seems like a genuine, incredible person. So let's listen and see what he has to say. Alright. I'm sure most people can see the building behind that pile of ashes. And this is Ron Wyatt's discovery of Sodom and Gomorrah, where there's still brimstone there today. People go and collect it as souvenir items. And for a long time people passed right by it, didn't even know what it was till he pointed it out, and now you look at it and you go, yep. And you can even go pick up sulfur and light it on fire. It has a blue-purple fire. It's incredibly hot. They use it in weapons for that reason, and as we'll find as we read more of the Bible, that Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed by fire and brimstone. So that is one building that was there at that time, apparently, and it is certainly destroyed by fire and brimstone. So there's physical evidence of the proof of the truth of the testimony of Ron Wyatt and the testimony of God through the Bible. Let's read a little more. Genesis chapter 50, verses 14 through 21, starting with William Tyndale version. And Joseph turned again to Egypt with his brethren and all the fellowship when the father was buried. And when the father was dead, the brethren of Joseph dreaded and spake together, lest peradventure he be mindful of the wrong which he suffered, and yield us to all the evil that we did. And they sent to him and said, Thy father commanded to us, before that he died, that we shall see to these things by his words. I beseech that thou forget the wickedness of thy brethren, and the sin and the malice with which they haunted against thee. Also we pray in that thou forgive this wickedness to thy father, the servant of God. When these things were heard, Joseph wept, and his brethren came to him and worshipped low the earth, and said, We ben thy servants. To which he answered, Nile, I dread whether we mount against God's will. Ye thought evil of me, and God turned it into good, that ye should enhance me as ye seen in present time, and that he should make safe many peoples. Nile, I dread, I shall feed you and your little children. And he comforted them, and spake sweetly and lightly to them. Well, I added to them, spake sweetly and lightly. King James. And Joseph returned unto Egypt, he and his brethren, and all that went up with him to bury his father, after he had buried his father. And when Joseph's brethren saw that their father was dead, they said, Joseph will peradventure hate us, and will certainly requite us all the evil which we did unto him. And they sent a messenger unto Joseph, saying, Thy father did command before he died, saying, So shall ye say unto Joseph, Forgive, I pray thee now, and the trespass of thy brethren, and their sin, for they did unto thee evil. And now we pray thee, forgive the trespass of the servants of the God of thy father. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him, and his brethren also went and fell down before his face, and they said, Behold, we be thy servants. And Joseph said unto them, Fear not, for I am in the place of God. For am I in the place of God? It seems like a... Let's go back to 20 really quick. I thought evil of me, and God turned it into good, that thou should enhance me, as ye seen in present time, and that he should make safe many peoples. And now King James has turned it, but as for you, ye thought evil against me, but God meant it into good, to bring to pass, as it did this day, to save many people alive. Okay. Alright. But 19, fear, it's got a question mark. God's will. Okay, I got it. Sorry to get off track there. Let's finish up with verse 21. Now ye dread, I shall feed you and your little children. King James. Now therefore fear ye not, I will nourish you and your little ones. And he comforted them, and spake kindly unto them. Okay, good. Well, my concern when I started reading these two together is how much King James has changed since Tyndale, and was it for the worse, aka more corruption, more of the word of the dark side, or those that serve the dark side. Anyway, not to dwell on that, let's move to verses 22 through 26 in the next reading, and when we do that, we'll pick it up there. And it looks like we've got a 26 in King James and a 25 in Tyndale, and then that's the end of Genesis. I didn't realize that till now. Here we go. We're at the end. To read the final verses of Genesis next time, stick with us. I'll show you a little more of what Ron Wyatt has discovered. It's very fascinating, and hopefully God will let the message spread so people will be aware of the truth, and we will reveal light unto the darkness, cast the shadows out, and move into God's light. His will be done. Aloha.